All right. It is your girl, Connie, for Passion Talks. Passion Talks. Welcome, welcome. And this channel is designed to empower, encourage, inspire, and empower. The topics range from anything from health and fitness all the way down to a political idea, thought, or philosophy, down to anything that hits my heart or poke my heart of interest to talk about. And me personally, I am a personal trainer and I have been for over 15 years in Snellville, Georgia, not too far from Atlanta, Georgia. I have a studio in Snellville, Georgia, which has been there for about 15 years. I love fitness and health, but I'm also an accountant and I also enjoy so many other topics outside of fitness and health. So that's why I decided to do this channel because I wanted to explore that arena because most people identify me as a coach and I get it and I love it and I appreciate that aspect of my life. It's so much more, right? And I'm sure you guys out there can identify whatever you are, you have other interests and you want to explore them in interests. I like talking about different interests outside of health and fitness. That does not mean I will not talk about health and fitness. More than likely, I probably lean over to that area because it is something I'm passionate about also. But hey, thanks for staying with me to explore other topics. I put it like that. I will periodically have guests because I love hearing other people's viewpoints on particular topics. That the way we learn from others, from their experiences, because we all have our own experiences. But when we're able to come together and communicate, agreeing or disagreeing, but coming out with a better insight about a particular topic and how it affects other people outside of yourself, it just makes you a better person, makes this world better if we continue to do that and strive to do that. That being said, again, welcome to Passion Talks. And this episode is dedicated just to me talking about Black History Month. We're in February of 2025. And Black History Month is pretty much in the middle of the month. And it's been celebrated since 1976. President Gerald Ford put it into legislation, signed legislation for it to be a national observance day or month, correction, month. Many of you guys already probably know that Frederick Douglass, they thought about using Frederick Douglass' birthday, how they came up with it. They started expanding. First it was a week, then it started, I think a week or 2 weeks, then it started expanding to an entire month, and that's where we're at now. I think any rational person outside of being Black can recognize that Black history is everybody's history because we're so much part of history in so many ways. And we can go over the list and we'll be here all day of the contributions of the Black community to humanity and even starting humanity. Or being the first race that has been identified as starting humanity. That being said, it's sort of at an odd time here in America to be celebrating it because during my lifetime, and I'm currently 51 years old, so I never felt so much of a divisive country. Not saying it haven't been before, of course, but it's the Civil War that was indeed divisive. But during my time here on Earth, this is the first time I ever felt such divisiveness, and it saddens me. It's one of the things is that I just wonder how we can get back to respecting each other just for just being Americans and just humanity. And I just would love to get to the day that we are so much better than where we are now and better than we ever have been. That being said, what is Black history to me? Black history to me is actually me standing in who I am, recognizing my ancestors, the one who paved the way for me. And it sounds cliche, but it's true. Paved the way for me, who took in so much for the injustices that our society has given my people, and continue to live, continue to love, to continue to open their hearts to others, not just the Black race, but other races. And that to me, I must hold true to that, despite what I feel. And many times I want to get angry about it, but I have to walk that walk they did and not let their life and their struggle be in vain. And that's what I try to hold to. And if you're feeling that way, because my community, I really try to have this channel designated for Black women. Anybody are welcome. It's inclusive, but we need this outlet as Black women to really have a place that we can come, talk about our issues, feel comfortable and talk about it, and have a support system. Are we looking to be all about patting each other on the back and totally agreeing with each other, no. But having a place where we can have discord or agreement or disagreements and still understand the true plot that we are Black women and we're striving to keep each other encouraged, inspired, and empowered. So whatever Black history is to you, I would love to know what you think of it in the comments. And do you feel that it's important for us to continue to have this month? If it was up to me, I would love just to have that recognition that we don't even have to have a month, that people really truly understand the contributions that previous generations of Black people have given to this country, to this world, and continue to give to the country and the world. I wish it were just so easily understood, but it's not. And I don't want anyone to feel that I don't want you to know your history. If you're Caucasian, know your history. If you're Irish, know your history. Be proud of it. But the key to it is that not feeling as if your people are better than anyone else. And I think that's the difference. I think Black people have the pretty much the ability, and to me, be very inclusive by just their DNA. I'm not saying every Black person in the world because I don't know every black person, but we have definitely been that race. We're very inclusive to all other races, and I just absolutely adore that about us. We're unapologetically, absolutely amazing in so many arenas, and we take something and make something of it, and that's just our DNA. Is genetically, and many times it had been forced that we have to use that type of thing to make something out of nothing. But it's made us be stronger in our strength. I look back and think about all the horrors that my people have went through, but I also look at all the things that has been absolutely amazing about my people. The love, the laughter that we share with each other, the absolutely language that only we can understand and relate to. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And if you're not of my race, if you're not of my race, I repeat, I just applaud to you to open up your eyes, whatever range you fall in, if you absolutely understand the reason for Black history and you don't try to make it about, it's no other history month for another race. Uh, Taking time out for that elementary kind of feedback or pushback is just really daunting, and it's a waste of time. Because if you knew the history of my people, I don't think, and you truly understood it, and you truly did not have any other undercurrents behind how you look at the history of America, the world, when it comes to my people, you would be very apologetic, I think, empathetic, most definitely, and understand why is it so important for us to recognize our history during this month. And if you are one of the people, I don't thank you. It's called humanity. And that's the key to it. It's called humanity. And that's something we have to understand is that just because one group is demanding respect and demanding justice does not eliminate your rights or your need for justice. We're just trying to get everybody is on the same playing field. That's it. It does not eliminate who you are. It does not eliminate the contributions of your race at all. It's us trying to get our race to be identified and the justice that we so need and so deserve, not just because of people telling me I need it, it's because God has given us this. If we believers, and so many of us sit around and we say that we believers of God and Jesus Christ, and that in the same breath you still see yourself as being better than another race, whatever race that is. I can't reconcile that in my mind, but that's a whole nother topic and discussion. So I digress. So at the end of the day, I take this moment and this time right now just to absolutely thank all my ancestors, the ones that I'm familiar with, had the pleasure of meeting, and the ones that I never had the pleasure of meeting, never had any idea of their name, where they came from, or anything, but just knowing because they kept going, I'm right here. Because they kept loving each other, I'm right here. Because they kept laughter, I'm right here. Because they still kept going despite of everything around them, that I'm still here. And for that, I would never, ever stop recognizing who they are, not just for the month of February, but for every single day of my life. They will always get the honor, the respect, and my prayer for what they have done for my family, for myself. And I implore you to do the same thing. Think about your ancestors that you're aware of and the ones you don't know. And you may have a great great aunt. And if you look at the time they was growing up and the injustices and the unfairness they had to deal with every day, I think you'll have a better respect. I think you will have a more understanding of why they are the way they are. And because of that, you are here. So no matter what your race is, respect everybody race, respect everyone. At the end of the day, it's about humanity. So leave you guys with that is that know your history, know your people's history, but also don't be in denial that there's other people's history that have contributed to this world. And all Black people, yes, us Black folks, all we just going to continue to try to do is get the justice, the deserving honor that we so deserve for the contribution we have done for this America and the world, and also the respect and people just to recognize the true history and what exactly happened and just own it and respect it. Don't try to rewrite history or eliminate what happened. It was horrific. The slave trade and the way Blacks have been treated hundreds of years. It's horrific. And words cannot describe how much that hurts many people of color soul and their heart. But don't dare sit there if you're not of our race to act like it did not happen. Don't dare sit there and act like what we're saying and what we're asking for is too much. No, we're not asking for absolutely nothing that is not rightfully deserved of us. And that's just humanity, justice. And we still say it not just for Black people, but for every person. Leave you with that. Black History Month, what it means to your girl kind here at Passion Talks. Until next time, you know. God bless.